Okay, Joshua here. I cut grass. It's February the 17th, 2022. Hey, give me a favor if you would kindly. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel here, please consider doing so. It's my hope and intention that this information I share with you from my own experience, that you benefit from it and you grow. And if you don't agree with it, maybe it strengthens your position against it, and that's perfectly fine because you get to run your own business the way you want to. I recorded this video a minute ago, but I want to do it again and just get straight to the point, okay, and try to keep it relatively short. So, I have been seeing a lot of people talking online about rain delay protocols when it comes to lawn mowing. And I believe I've done a video on this in the past, but given it's February the 17th and guys are, setting up their contracts for the spring, hopefully you started setting them up last fall, but for those of you that are still setting up contracts or just getting started, this is how I handle it. Now understand, I'm in central Indiana, okay? So we have about 8 months of lawn mowing each season, typically somewhere around the top of April, and usually up until Thanksgiving Thursday or the first snow, whichever occurs first. I always have a contract for all of my regular customers. Any customer that says that they want me to cut their grass for the season, I'm going to have a written contract. It serves as a point to keep both of us on point, okay? So we both know what expectations are going to be. With regard to rain delay protocol, here's how I run my schedule. I mow grass mostly for my customers on the same days each week. So if I'm at your house today on Monday cutting grass, chances are most times over the course of the season, it's going to be Monday. Now, if it happens to rain so much that the lawn is saturated and I can't cut the grass on Monday, then my rain delay protocol, which I include in my contracts, has me cut grass for them the next day on Tuesday. If it happens to rain again on Tuesday, or it's still too much wet, the default is we will go ahead and mow the grass the next following week, and here is why. I don't want to get caught in someone's lawn with a lawnmower and get it stuck, and it can happen. I would rather a customer be temporarily dissatisfied with me not mowing the grass today because it was wet versus me getting stuck in their lawn with a lawnmower because they just wanted to for it to be cut, or I just expected I'm going to get it cut no matter what, okay? That being said, in my contract it says, hey, in the event that we have this rain delay protocol, we're still going to bill the same as if we did the mowing, because the following week when we cut the grass, it's going to be a lot more difficult and take much more time to mow the lawn. And even after extended periods of time after rain, when grass is tall, it can have a tendency to hold on to moisture. If you've been mowing grass for any given amount of time, you know that if you mow one really wet lawn in the day, that can throw off the quality of the cuts for your lawns for the rest of the day, because now the blades might be a little bit duller if you're mowing or sharpening them every 8 hours like you should be. Or wet grass can be stuck up under the chassis, or the tires can hold on to some grass that's wet and moist, and when you go over the concrete, there's green on the concrete, and there are going to be people who are going to get mad about that. I understand, I get it. Okay, so we default until the next week. It's going to take me more time to cut the grass, but I'm going to get it cleaned up. I'm going to treat your lawn just the same as it is my own. Okay. I also include in that contract, and contract law is state specific. So give yourself the benefit of the doubt and get an attorney. I'm not an attorney. I just use my experience in creating my contracts. But in my contracts, I include a clause that in them agreeing to engage us for the services for the lawn care for the season, that they agree to assume 100% liability for any loss or damage that might occur from the result of work having or have not been performed associated with the contract. It covers me, plain and simple. It might sound ridiculous, guys, but let's be realistic. There's always going to be that customer that's going to say, hey, man, that guy didn't cut that back row of grass back there by the sewer. I need you to cut it. And there's a good probability you're going to get stuck when it's wet, and it's not your property. It's his property. So instead of having the contract say, hey, I agree to hold you harmless, he is now saying, hey, I agree to assume liability. Now, you can ultimately decide whether or not, if that guy came out and you did damage, maybe he hires an attorney or whatever, but this kind of covers your butt, okay? Maybe you use it, maybe you don't. Get yourself an attorney to make sure that you can do it in your state. But the big thing here is have that rain delay protocol, have it explained to the customer ahead of time so you're not, spending time arguing with customers. Because, guys, if you don't do this, what you risk doing is losing a chunk of money from sales because you're going to be behind and it's going to take you forever to get caught up. You're going to tick off customers who are going to possibly write you negative reviews, and they're not going to want to pay you. They're going to find other people to do the lawn care. You know, I mean, contract or not, a lot of people out there just won't honor their end of the contract. Every once in a while, you might have to take someone to small claims court, or you might have to decide, you know, is the $800 worth it to me? You know, is it worth the negative energy and the stress it's going to put on me, even though I have a contract, to have to put this person, you know, to small claims, blah, blah, blah. But rain delay protocols, have them, have contracts, cover your rear end so you guys can make money this year. Peace.